call, please. Here.
Here. Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No. No.
Approval of the minutes of the meeting of December 20th, 2018.
Motion to defer the reading of those minutes.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item A, bid opening, demolition of 7544 Linden Avenue and 7507 Columbia Avenue. And it looks like we have two bids today. The first is from JM Industrial Services, Inc. in Hammond, Indiana.
This is for the retention pond project over that way, and I just got confirmation from IPSCO yesterday that 7507 Columbia, the power's already been terminated. So as soon as we award, we can probably start moving forward. The demolition of these two structures will be complete benison for that area.
And they have their 496 and their non-collusion affidavit, and the total bid price for all properties listed is $17,100. And the next bid is from Acton Contracting LLC, East Chicago, Indiana.
JM.
And they have their Form 96 and their non-collusion affidavit, and their total bid for both properties is $25,600. Do I have a recommendation to refer these to the inspections department for review, tabulation, and recommendation?
So moved.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item B, bid recommendation received from First Group Engineering, Inc. for the bike trail from Hoffman to 142nd to be to Walsh and Kelly.
Morning.
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 Yes, this is the project, portion of this is being funded through a council set-aside that we promised we would have awarded by the end of the year. The other portion is from the downtown TIF. We ask that you approve our recommendation.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the recommendation.
And I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Same to you.
Item C, correspondence received from 4th District Councilman William Emerson Sr. requesting $25,000 of the 2019 gaming funds go to the Park Gaming Fund to be used for the removal and/or trimming of dead, dying, and complaint tree issues within his district. This has been signed by the councilman and by the mayor.
Motion to approve the councilman's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item D, status of the agreement on property located at 40 Waltham, First Extension. Yes.
I would ask the board to approve it. This is a property on the demolition list, and this is an extension of the rehab agreement.
Okay, motion to approve the,
Well, it's just a status hearing on this, so
Oh,
do we have a status update?
is it a rehab?
It's a rehab agreement, but it just says set for status.
Want to set it again?
Yeah, let's reset it.
Yeah, let's reset it for when Kelly's here.
Don't we have 17th, we've got people coming in on hearings?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
all right, we will motion to set this over for 40 Waltham to January 17th, 2019.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item E, correspondence received from Alex J. Schmeck, Precision Independent Media LLC, excuse me, requesting permission to film within the city. Has this been reviewed? Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning.
Can you state your name for us?
Yes, Alex Semchuk, Precision Independent Media LLC.
Okay, has this gone to anybody but us yet? Let's see.
I don't believe so. I reached out to the board because I'd previously reached out several years ago when I thought this project would get off the ground. It kind of stalled, so I wasn't able to appear before the board. So this is my first kind of reaching out.
So what are you looking to do with this film?
Sure. So several years ago, I started writing a film kind of about my experiences growing up in Hammond and kind of a more nostalgic flavor. And that's really what I wanted to touch on because I lived in Hammond 20 years. I no longer live in Hammond, and every generation kind of has its own story. Mine doesn't really, and I wanted to touch on that and kind of interweave that, the story of the city, with my family, because my family's lived in Hammond over 100 years, and I just kind of wanted to highlight that. I've produced 2 films already. This would be my 3rd one, first one about the city of Hammond. And largely how my films are produced is I use a lot of just B-roll footage, so just different shots of the city interwoven, historical photographs, interviews, things like that. So I wouldn't need any kind of city services, road closings. There won't be a massive crew hanging around. Usually it's just myself and maybe 1 or 2 other people. So that's pretty much the extent of it. I just wanted to make sure that if I'm standing out on Homan Avenue filming, that I have permission to do so, and no one's going to stop me and ask me what I'm doing there. So that's why I wanted to bring it to your attention.
As long as he's not blocking traffic.
So I think we just need to understand a little bit more what kind of permissions you'd need from the city, whether it's just going to be out in public to do
Yes.
this footage. There's nothing, in city buildings, anything along those lines?
No, so one of the things, so it's kind of difficult to go over the entirety of the film because it's still in the writing process, but I've already reached out to Anthony Diaz and people who have a lot of historical photos and videos of the city to kind of give a historical component of it, how the city has changed, my experiences growing up in the city of Hammond through my own or my family's own photographs, videos, and things like that. So in terms of modern day filming, it would pretty much just be building exteriors, streets, things like that. I don't actually, at this point, I don't think I would need to get into any city-owned buildings at all.
It says here in your letter that there is one residential building you would like to get into,
So
but the city does not own it any longer?
I don't believe so. So my family lives on 142nd Street, and the house right next door to it was owned by my family as well until my aunt passed in, I believe it was 2012. And it's been vacant since then.
I see.
I had previously been, but while we were cleaning it out, I had previously been in there. I don't know if I would need to go back in, but if I did, I believe it was recently auctioned, if I remember correctly. So if I do need to do that, I probably need to follow up with the new owners if and when I would need to do that.
I think as long as there's an understanding, if anything changes, he lets somebody know, right?
Should we refer this to, you guys want to be aware of it?
I think so, so I can put it on that, so guys would know if they see him on film and stuff.
We can always come back and revisit it.
Yeah.
You might want to talk to John Besmar, too, because John Besmar does a lot of that.
Okay, so I think at this point, it doesn't sound like there's too many permissions you require from this board, but we're going to go ahead and refer it to a few departments that maybe should be on notice, and if there is ever a point when you need to access, buildings or something that you might require the permission of the city.
Sure.
We'll just ask that you come before us again and keep us informed of the process.
Because I know that when I did I filmed in Gary previously, and to film there, I needed to go through their film and TV department, and I needed a written, printed, signed permission and all that. So I didn't know if that was how the city of Hammond did it, or if it was just like, she said if I needed to block anything or special permissions, if that was only the case then.
Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and refer this to, let's say, the media department and police department. And if they have any follow-up questions, they can contact you regarding that.
Okay,
Okay.
wonderful. Thank you very much.
Do you have a motion?
I do. IT? Yeah, all right, I motion to send Mr. Semchek's correspondence and his request to the police department as well as our IT department for their awareness.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, item 6, matters from other board members.
Oh, there is one here. It is from WOW Internet and TV and Phone. And it appears as though they are increasing their residential rates to customers as well as business owners. So it's just, I guess, for notification purposes.
All right.
Thank you very much for that one, Chris.
Any other matters from other board members?
No.
we have any matters from other department heads or their representatives?
We're not going to have a Board of Works meeting next Thursday, January 3rd, because of the unavailability of this room. I believe they're doing carpeting.
Yes.
Okay, thank goodness. So this room won't be available for our use, so we will not be having a meeting on the 3rd, but we will be back on schedule on the 10th.
Okay, any other matters from department heads or their representatives? Any new business? Any old business? The meeting is open to the public if anyone wishes to speak.
Brody? Had to get you on the record, man. Motion to adjourn?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.